Well, welcome to Monday here on the Intentional Midlife Mom podcast. That means it's time for a mantra. And today's mantra is the first one I'm giving you in the month of February. And wow, we made it through January. I wasn't quite sure that would actually happen. So today's mantra is actually created with a little bit of that in mind. This whole idea that, you know what, let's be intentional. So make sure you join for the full mantra and let's jump in and get started.
Well, hey there, I am Jennifer Roskamp, a certified life coach and homeschool mom of 9 who is passionate about helping women just like you embrace the here and now while also being focused on creating the life you actually want. As a midlife mom in her 40s, about to be a mom in my 50s, I've realized that it's so easy to lose yourself in caring for your family, your home, and all the things. Until one day you realize you're not even sure who you are anymore or what you even want in life. So on this podcast, we're going to work on managing yourself well so that you can manage all of the other things and people well too. So let's dive into what it means to manage your home, your time, your family, and yourself well. This is the Intentional Midlife Mom podcast.
So maybe you saw these too, but I saw all over social media just reminders of it feels like January is like 8,542 days long, right? I know I always feel that way. I live in the North, I live in Michigan. And so January is, I don't know what it is. Is it because there's the after holiday letdown? Is it because we realize spring is so far away? I know for me, it's very affected by the weather. It's affected by the idea that as a homeschooling family, we're home pretty much all the time. Our kids do a lot of activities. Let me take that back. I feel like some days I'm running, but we are home a lot. And with the cold weather, we are often inside the four walls of our home, pretty much starting the month of September and then October and November and December. And then it gets to January and it feels like I don't even know what outside is like anymore. I mean, sure, you can go outside, the kids can go sledding or do a few things. We have to shovel and snow blow the driveway. I still get out for daily walks every day, but it's just not the same as when the weather is warmer and you're outside. And so January has felt extraordinarily long for me this year, probably for you too. And it's kind of with that in mind that I give you today's mantra because it's so easy, I think, to just kind of feel swallowed up by our circumstances. And when that happens, we just kind of go along in the backseat. Maybe you've heard me talk about that before. I talk about that here on the podcast all the time. This whole idea that we want to be in the driver's seat where we are making choices, where we are deciding what our life looks like, where we are having control over that, rather than this whole idea that for the most part, if you are not aware, you are going through life in the backseat. You are allowing life to happen to you, rather than being the one to say, hey, this is some of the things I'm going to give my time to, my resources, my energy, my motivation, my focus, all of that. And so it's very easy to just kind of go on autopilot, but not in an autopilot moving forward way, just kind of in a going through the motions, just trying to endure. I don't know about you, but I don't think our focus should be to endure each day. Right? We actually want to enjoy each day. And so this mantra really is rooted in this whole idea of making sure that it's February. Let's make sure we're in the driver's seat. Let's make sure that we are creating the life we actually want. So here it is. Your life is shaped by your choices. Your life is shaped by your choices. Here's what I mean. We want to choose to create, not just react. And that's really what the backseat is as well. It's kind of when you're in reactive mode. Again, if you're not aware, a lot of times you just go throughout every hour, every moment reacting to what's happening rather than getting in there and actually creating what you're experiencing. Now, we all know we can't control everything about our lives, right? There's a lot of our lives that we don't necessarily have a whole lot of say-so over, right? We have responsibilities. We have people counting on us. We have jobs to do. We have responsibilities. We have roles. We have families, some of us, right? So we have a lot of things that we can't necessarily control, but we can control being in proactive mode rather than reactive mode. We want to create. Creating the life you want is being in proactive mode. Because in reality, you are the only one who can have the job to create the life you actually want. And if you ride along in the backseat waiting for it to happen, what you'll find is maybe what you've already started to discover. Your life isn't really going to go much in the direction that you want it to go if you are not the one actually creating it. So today's mantra, your life is shaped by your choices. Choose them wisely. It's Monday. You've got a whole brand new week ahead of you. How are you going to choose? What is it you want to experience this week? Decide what it is you want to experience it, and then choose to have touch points, setting that into motion throughout the week. Make the things you want to have happen, make the things you want to experience part of the daily, everyday grind. Because the daily, everyday grind is always going to be there. You've got to figure out how to have both. So this is your reminder that your life is shaped by your choices. What are you going to create this week? Choose wisely, and let's do it together. Until we talk again, make it an intentional day.